All right, the GOP presidential field growing once again this week, now at 13. Let's get right into some of these 2024 polls. Joining us now for help with that is pollster at McLaughlin and Associates, John McLaughlin, and GOP analyst Krisha Lenzo with us on set. Great to see you, Krisha. John, this from the Hill. Happy Friday to you, by the way. Good to see you. This poll found that, and this number surprised me, 70% now of Democratic-leaning voters surveyed support Joe Biden to win the nomination. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s number has fallen from 20% to 17%. I expected that number, RFK Jr.'s number, to go up. Did that surprise you?
I haven't really seen the internals in that poll. I mean, every month when we've asked about a Democrat primary poll, Biden only gets about a quarter of the vote, which means that his support is very soft. And you're still looking at the Democrats having changed the rules of delegate allocation to help them. I mean, they're not going to award any delegates to Iowa. They're not going to award any delegates to New Hampshire. They're afraid of an ambush. They're afraid he could lose. Their first delegate state is South Carolina. When they go back to the old rules and award delegates in New Hampshire or Iowa, then, I'll say, Biden's strong. But right now what I'm seeing is he's very weak. It's just that somebody else, that a left-wing progressive Democrat, hasn't gotten in against him. So Newsom's out there positioning, and other Democrats are positioning, but they're like vultures waiting for the person to die.
Yeah. No, I agree. Gavin Newsom sat down with Sean Hannity a couple days ago, and I said, well, Gavin Newsom is no longer waiting in the wings. He is now tiptoeing onto center stage from stage left, just in case something happens to the big guy, Joe Biden. Krisha?
So, question for John. Another candidate who has entered center stage recently is Mayor Francis Suarez of Miami, and he spoke last night in California at the Ronald Reagan Library, basically a nod to old conservative values. But how will this affect the race, particularly Governor Ron DeSantis and what he's proposing in terms of efforts in Florida and making this a blueprint for the rest of the country?
Well, right now he's a good mayor, but you got to look at what's going on nationally. Joe Biden his Justice Department has indicted Donald Trump again, and they're only doing it because he's ahead in the polls. Like our last national poll, Trump's ahead 47-43, and when you look at Iowa, the Trump campaign released our Iowa numbers that we did Sunday, Monday. And Donald Trump's widely over the field with 51%. Ron DeSantis has gone down to 19%. Tim Scott's up to 9%. Everybody else single digits. And we did have Francis Suarez in that poll. And right now he's got 0 in Iowa. But, he'll go out there and he'll make his case. But as Rob said, there's 13 Republicans now in the race. And Donald Trump continues to go up and dominate the field. I mean, there was a New Hampshire poll out yesterday where Donald Trump's getting 44% and Ron DeSantis has fallen to 12%. So maybe Mayor Suarez is looking at the fall of Governor DeSantis because he launched with no message, no reason to run against Donald Trump except to help Joe Biden. And maybe he's getting in the race with a more meaningful message. And, but right now, this race is Donald Trump is winning and he's getting stronger every day.
Yeah, I mean, so that's debatable, right? So a Reuters poll.
That's debatable. He's in the polls, right?
Well, you work for him, so you got to say that right now. You're doing polling for the 2024 campaign, and that's fine. So here's my question, John. So this Reuters Ipsos poll, which came out on Monday. Now, look, am I grasping at tea leaves and some of our viewers shaking their heads right now? Maybe, but look, I can only go off the most recent polls. Trump dropped several points, 9 points in this Reuters Ipsos poll on Monday. So Trump had a 30-point lead over Ron DeSantis in May. Here we are in June. Trump now has a 21-point lead over DeSantis. That was the first post-indictment poll. That poll conducted between Friday and Monday.
What was poll? No, there's hardly any Republicans in that poll. It's 901 adults. And they're done to their online list. It's not a voter list. It's not registered voters. It's not likely voters.
Well, no, but John, we talked about this same poll in May, and we thought it was a great poll when Trump had a 30-point lead.
It's still a bad poll in June.
That's not what we said in May, though. When Trump's lead was at 30 in May, we had no problem with the poll. But now that his lead has dropped 9 points in a matter of weeks, all of a sudden it's a bad poll.
Go to the Real Clear Politics average. The average of polls have Donald Trump going up over 50% or better in the primary, and they're not my polls. They're media polls.
Yeah.
So, I mean, CBS has us going up. I mean, it's like it's 60%. So,
Okay.
but that's a bad poll. Don't use them again.
Don't use that poll.
Christian, just Christian, about 10 seconds, land the plane for us.
Yeah, I think it also has to do with donors. I mean, that's a huge component of this. At early stages in the primary, Donald Trump raised about almost $7 million as well. So I certainly think that's, not to use the word indictment, but that's an indictment on what occurred on the indictment.
Yeah,
people are fundraising off what occurred, and Republicans are basically fed up.
Again, I'll give you that, John. I'm reading tea leaves, but if you look at how much money Trump raised post-indictment, that's how much DeSantis raised after his announcement. So huge boon for the former president. John, have a great weekend. Good to see you. Thank you.
Bye, John.
You, Rob.
All right, Chris.